Our next speaker today is Adhav. As a curious kid, our speaker today loves listening to ideas. Born and raised in Canada, his family moved to Orlando and he watched Central Florida grow up for over 30 years. He learned a lot about business by watching his parents and observing the beauty of ideas all around us, how they can connect and create wonderful opportunities. After starting his career as a CPA, he became an Imagineer at Disney, managing more than $2 billion in real estate and new business launches. Transitioning into technology, he became an early hire at an e-commerce company which was later sold to Google. In 2017, a series of random events and one simple idea led him to create a new kind of company in the visionary track, and here to talk about how ideas are better when shared, please welcome Adhav.
Good morning. My father's 97 years old. He's a PhD in physics and loves technology. So I shared with him an idea SpaceX has, which is to send people to Mars on a rocket, hang out, and come back. I wanted to get his opinion. I said, would you, as this great technology leader, you're 97 years old, nothing to lose, go up on a rocket, hang out on Mars for a couple of weeks, and come back, and you would be completely unharmed? And he said, shaking his head, no. And I said, really? I said, this is just a hypothetical. Go to Mars, hang out, do all of your science experiments, or just live, write a story, come back completely safe. And he says to me, would I be famous? Fellow Toastmasters and guests, what I wanted to ask you with a show of hands, who here has a really great idea? Come on, don't be shy. Now, who here has a secret idea? Some idea that's so good that you might not have told anybody, right? Yeah, we all have ideas. They're a dime a dozen. But I'm here to tell you that ideas are better when shared. My name is Adhav, and I'm the founder of a tech company that was started from an idea generated over a cup of coffee at a diner in Winter Park. It's called LeaseCake. It's real estate and location management software that's created to change the world of business. So yeah, it's called LeaseCake, rhymes with cheesecake. You can laugh, because I did when I first heard of this challenge. And so I was thinking, there's got to be an easier way, and you know what? LeaseCake rhymes with cheesecake. And it's a piece of cake. And who doesn't love cake after all? So we created this company that, believe it or not, we even give away spatulas. We've leaned totally into the brand. And it is all about this challenge. It's a simple idea that was so basic, and it was so powerful that it needed to be acted on, needed to happen. So here it is. If every business owns or leases a location, where's the app for that? And what ensued wasn't part of any structured or logical career plan. So I'm here to tell you my story. And Jolene, you were there. You remember this. 6 years ago, I was out of a job. Yet this idea that was shared with me right here in Winter Park changed my world. I met a guy who would eventually be my co-founder, and he shared his idea, and he was unabashed. He had no one to turn to, and I kept asking questions until eventually I knew that I should do something about it. And it was when I was invited to a global technology competition that I realized that this could be the moment. It was now or never. 2 hours before showing up, I steadied my nerves, I wrote my 45-second pitch, and bought the leasecake.com domain name for $11.99. Now, I was the 40th person to grab the microphone that night. There were 39 people that came before me. I grabbed the mic, and the premise of the event was that from an idea, you can build a startup company over a weekend and win a global technology competition. So I did just that. Boom! We won across 58 countries and 200 cities. It was crazy. We won Orlando, North America, and then globally. From this idea, I founded Lee's Cake. Yeah, rhymes with cheesecake. We won the world. Boom! Boom. Boom. I was scared to death because I was out of a job. I was looking for my next gig. But mostly, my fear was from my wife saying, "You were supposed to get a real job, Tosh." So ideas are a dime a dozen, and it's execution of the idea that matters the most. And it's really what brings me here today. Ideas are better when shared. From the moment that we won the competition, that's when the work had just begun. I told a few friends, we built a team, and today we're venture-backed with investors from New York, Silicon Valley, Chicago, South Florida, and we're patented too. So I didn't realize it at the moment, but I felt like I've been training for this all my life. You see, growing up as the first generation, youngest kid of an immigrant family, my parents had an idea that they shared with their loved ones and their family to come from India to Canada with $6 in their pocket. And it was really hard for them. Watching them grow up, they built a laser technology company. That business was founded in Canada. And they brought it to the US, they put their 3 kids through college, and along the way they told me to become a CPA. My dad says, "Daj, the world is run by lawyers and accountants. You should be an accountant." And I did exactly that. I just followed, and I said, I'm going to be a CPA. So reluctantly, I was eager to learn. I joined a Big 4 company here in Central Florida. And then I spent a decade as an Imagineer at Disney. And I was really honored to be surrounded by this amazing talent, building resorts and Disney Vacation Club launch, Disney Cruise Line. I was employee number 20 at Disney Cruise Line. And these things just kind of happened, and you don't realize the importance of them until you look back. So we were building 2 cruise ships in Italy, buy an island in the Bahamas, and then build up the port facility in Port Canaveral. We sailed back on the Disney Magic, the very first vessel, all the way from Italy to Cape Canaveral. And unbelievably, after 10 years there, 99, 2000, I said, I need to quit. I'm going to quit my job. And who would do that? Leave a Fortune 50, Fortune 100 company. And I just felt I wasn't challenged. So I told my wife this idea. I said, I think I'm going to bid adieu to Disney. Worst news my parents had ever heard. What are you doing? And yet it was the time when I felt like I need to look for my next challenge. So I joined a tech company called Channel Intelligence. I moved out of accounting into business development. And this is where ideas are better when shared. Why did I jump into technology? Because I loved it, I was good at it, and that as an early hire, the company finally sold to Google 14 years later. Now I left after year 9, for the record, because there were too many shiny objects. I knew that I needed to leave Channel Intelligence. I did not make life-changing money. That happened right here in Central Florida, by the way. So ideas are better when shared. For those of you keeping track, 25 years after college, I found myself, and from these first couple of years, our customers are sharing more and more ideas. And my first bit of advice is, what idea are you sitting on now? What can you share with your family and your loved ones to change the world and potentially be famous, or even better, change your world? Thank you.
All right.